and getting ready to teach you guys about the mean absolute deviation. MAD, the mean absolute deviation, lesson 8-9. When finding the mean absolute deviation, you're going to follow 3 steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a set of data, and I'm going to find the mean or the average. In this example, we have Group A, which is a basketball team of 5 boys. I'm going to find the mean of their scores. So I'm going to add all of the scores. Finding groups of numbers that are easy to add together. 5 and 1 is 6, plus 6 is 12, and then we have an 8. I know that's 20. It's 10. 2, 4, 5, plus 3 is 8. Okay, so if I add them up, I get 180. Then I divide by the number of numbers in my set of data, which is 5. 5 goes into 18 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract, I get 3. Bring down the 0. 5 goes into 30. 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. So the mean for this set of data is 36. Okay, so I did step 1, which was actually to find the mean. Step 2, I'm going to find the distance from the mean for each boy. So I'm going to start with Nick, and he scored 10. So I'm going to take 36, and I'm going to subtract 10. Well, if I do that, I get 26. So Nick is 26 away from the mean. Let's look at Curtis. Curtis scored 31 points. Our mean was 36. So I'm going to subtract his 31 to get 5. Curtis was 5 points from the mean. Let's look at Raul. Raul is 68 points from the mean. So I'm going to take 36 minus 68. Oops, I see a problem here. I can't take a bigger number from a smaller number. This is where the absolute comes in handy. We're just looking at a distance from the mean. So we don't have positive or negative. It's just how far from the mean is it. So I can flip my numbers and just do 68, Raul's score, minus 36, our mean. And I get 32. Raul is 32 from the mean. Then I take Corey, and he got 26. So 36 minus 26 is just 10. And Hector, who got 45, 45 is bigger than 36, so I'm going to flip them. And I should get 9. So, step 2 was to find the distance from the mean. Step 3 is where things get a little complicated. Now we're going to take our distance from the mean, and we're going to find the mean. So you're finding the mean of the mean. Anyways, so I'm going to take my 5 distance from the mean numbers, and I'm going to add them up. Again, I'm going to combine numbers if I can. 6 and 2 is 8. 8 and 5 I know is 13. Plus 9, 22. Put my 2 down, carry the 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So when I added those together, I got 82. Now I need to divide by the number of numbers. 5 goes into 8 once. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down the 2. 5 goes into 32 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. Remainder 2. I'm going to go ahead and do my decimal point. 5 goes into 24 times, and it goes in evenly. So my answer is 16.4. So our MAD equals 16.4. So I can tell a lot about a set of data. Looking at this basketball team, I know that the average distance from the mean is 16.4. Well, this comes in handy when we start comparing basketball teams. So for our We Do today, we're going to look at Group B and see if we can find the MAD. Okay, so make sure that you have a piece of paper or a marker board ready to go because you're going to do this with me. This is our We Do. All right, step 1, you're going to find the mean. So here's the points scored. Go ahead, press pause, find the mean. Okay, now that you have found the mean, check your work with my work. Usually, the biggest mistakes I find are in adding up the numbers. So make sure you have combined to find groups of 10 so it's easier to add. Then when you divide, you should have found the mean to be 36. If I could write it up here. There we go. Okay, that's a 6. Anyway, so step 2, find the distance from the mean. So basically, you're going to go ahead and fill out this table. So Casey has 29 points. How far is 29 from 36? Go ahead, press pause, and fill out the table. So you should have gotten 7, 7, 4, 9, and 5. So for step 2, we have found our distance from the mean, and we wrote it on our table. Here you can see where I've shown all of my work. Make sure that you show your work today. That's important. Step 3, you're going to find the mean of the distances from the mean. So you're going to take these numbers and find the mean. Press pause, and when we get back, when you hit play, we'll go over it. All right, we're back. So if you did this correctly, you should have gotten 6.4 for your mean, your MAD, mean absolute distance. So you should have added up all your numbers and gotten 32. Divide that by 5, and then make sure that your remainder is a decimal. So the MAD is actually 6.4. Let's talk about comparing our basketball teams. So Group B had a mean of 36, and Group A had a mean of 36. So just based on the mean, they seem very similar. But when we look at their MAD, their distance from the mean, their mean distance from the mean. One team has 16.4 and Team B only has 6.4. So looking at that, you can really tell a lot about the variability. This team, Team A, has a much higher variability because of these big numbers that are super far from the mean of 36. This team, Team B, is only 6.4 for the MAD. Their numbers are all much closer to the mean. To me, it seems like Team B is a more consistent team, whereas Team A is kind of all over the place. So we can definitely see that with these higher numbers. So, using the data, you can make a conclusion about the two basketball teams. All right, today you learned how to find the mean absolute deviation, MAD. Now go get mad and do your work. Goodbye. Now that you know all about the mean absolute deviation, I'm going to go back to relaxing on the beach. Bye.